starting us off with the winner bracket final, we have Sin City, and then Makes You Think, then Cold Sweat, then Toxic, then Kids in Love. And this is a match between Paco of Gamers Origins, Tween of Isuba, CarlJr representing Zerator, and Massa of a currently unannounced organisation. And Carl currently has 75 points. Nice. So, once we get the points sorted out, we will be underway. For those who are not aware, it will be 120 points with finalist mode enabled. Finalist mode means that once you have secured the finalist spot, you will need to win the next round, or win a round, to secure your position. It's a very, very high calibre of opponent here. Really, pretty much the best the Trackmania scene has to offer. We've got the 2016 champion, 3-time ESWC champion. We've got Tween, the multiple time runner-up and champion in his own right, and Massa, the most recent event champion. So we'll see what will happen in the first rounds of Sin City. Tween shows us how to miss the finish. So just another factor here, Carl using his 15 points of which he obtained by winning the league stage, pardon me, and Pac using his 10 points as a result of getting 3rd place in the league. So here we go. Round number 1 on Sin City. We'll sit with the 3-time world champion CarlJr from Canada, and let's see what he can do in the first round. Already dropped slightly back, gets a bit of a gear down there I think, and not off to a good start as Carl. Correct me, Pac did get 2nd place in the league. Thank you very much. Anyway, so Carl definitely not off to the best start here, but the 3 players in front of him are all within 1/10 of a second. No mistakes been made so far. As I say that, Massa goes in a little grind there and does crash. Potentially no points from this round from Massa, but Pac and Tween are still going strong up at the top. Pac looking to win the first round in this match, get himself the points advantage over CarlJr here. Tween in second though, 1.23 behind, so it doesn't look like he'll be able to do anything here. It's a safe end there for Tween, secure the 2nd place, and he does get it, no problem. Pac running a 104.53. which is of course only 2/10 behind his own world record, so Pac showing that he's extremely capable on this map. So let's see what the next round will bring. We'll watch Tween this time, man from Slovakia. Tween at the moment in the lead, but Pac goes for a more inside line there. As a result, Tween will have more exit speed. See, Pac uses the road to his advantage there though, but didn't gain him any ground over Tween. So Tween not with the most exit speed that he would have liked there. Massa, however, has not made a mistake over this same part, and Carl is up in the fight as well, so let's see what they can all do. Tween makes the first mistake of the round and falls back. Let's catch a hold of Massa here in 3rd place, looking to fight against Carl and Pac. Another 3 players in the argument of who's the fastest player in the world here, and Massa's showing that he really wants to be the winner of that argument. Carl crashes, and now it's just Massa and Pac up here at the top. Who's going to have the best exit to this turn here? Massa going for speed. Will he have over Pac? He will not. 200 separate them. Pac gets the win there. 104.7 there. Great job there by Pac to take the 10 points. Massa taking 6. Tween on 4 and CarlJr on 3. So already, despite his 15 bonus points, Carl has only gained 7 points in 2 rounds, pardon me. Now we move on to round number 3, and let's sit with Pac, the defending Gamers Origins champion. He was not present in the first playoffs due to him being surprised in the qualifiers by Shorty. This time he is in 3rd place in the round, and he is in the winner bracket final, so has every opportunity to win this season. So Pac in the lead on this round with a strong performance so far. Massa goes wide. Where is Massa going? He's going to third and he's going into the poles and into the wall. So only CarlJr is close to Pac, and Pac makes another mistake as well, but will not be too costly. Will simply result in him getting the second place. Carl here looking for his first win of the match. Looks like he'll get it with a relatively comfortable time. And he takes it with a 105.02. Where's Tween though? Tween did not finish at all, so Tween now joint bottom with Massa on 10 points and 22 points up to CarlJr at the moment. 26 points up to Pac, so it's a battle between the top two at the moment. Let's watch Massa from the start here, see what he can do to get himself back in the fight for the top two positions. Top two will get themselves an automatic spot in the grand final. Bottom two will have to go down to the consolidation final. So let's see if we can get any better idea of who that will be by this round. Tween up in the lead, Massa at the back. So Massa still slightly behind here at the moment. We do have a very close Pac here at the moment. Speaking of Pac, we'll go over to him in third place here at the moment. CarlJr still in the lead though. He has overtaken it from Tween. Tween going on the attack though with a more inside line here. Carl extending his lead very slightly here though, but Massa isn't too far behind either. Let's go to Pac though as he fights with Tween in the last corner. Tween going a bit more inside and more speed on the exit, and he will get Pac going into the final jump. All players within a 104. Great round there by everyone involved. Carl taking the win and Tween sniping the second place from Pac at the very end there. So good job there by all the players involved. Of course, Carl taking home 42 points, Pac taking 40. So Carl had a good recovery there at least. Tween on 16, Massa on 13 though. So we'll await their warm up on Makes You Think, and then we will be going live into the second map. So we will be getting ourselves underway within moments, just waiting for the first one to the first warm-up round to finish. Right, so here we go. Good times there being done by Pac in the warm-up though. But who will strike best on It Makes You Think? This might be Massa's best opportunity. He has his only world record left. So let's see how he'll do. Wait, never mind. We'll stick with Pac here at the start at least then. Pac had a very strong performance in the other winner bracket semi-final on this map. Consistent 103s, perhaps, can we expect from him? Massa with a strong lead here at the moment though, 0.2 over his closest opponent in Tween, looking to slide himself into second place. Overtook Carl and now Pac's next in line. Very close here between those two in second place though. Who's going to have the best going through the pole turn? Pac slightly catching up to Massa now, and Pac leaves Tween standing. Where is Tween? He's still in front of Carl. Carl not with the best start to this map once again. Massa in the lead here though. Will he get a good rooftop section to secure the 10 points? He will, with a 103.7. A great time there by Massa. And Pac fails the finish, so he'll walk out of this round with 0 points. So very bad news there for Pac. So 22 points here for Tween, 23 points for Massa brings himself up into 3rd place. 40 points for Pac and 46 by Carl. So a very early break being called by Massa. So if we kind of look at the reasons as to why he would call this, of course he's not had the best of starts. Of course, without if we're looking at without the bonus points, he would still be 7 points behind Pac and 8 points behind Carl. So maybe he's just wanting to focus since this would be his best map. So yeah, exactly as I said, he might just need to calm down, might need to refocus. Of course, Massa used to be a player that was kind of... He was known for getting a bit carried away when he was on a fast run. In cases, he would just continue to risk and continue to keep taking unnecessary chances. So maybe this is his chance. He's just cooling down a little bit, and he's just realising that yes, he might have done a good run, but he still needs to keep doing these good runs. It's not just going to be, you know, world record runs every round, for example. But nevertheless, of course, he might just have took it to get a drink as he done last time, but at least this is what I would suggest as being the best reason for a pause in this. But Carl, still in the lead here. He's extended his lead by Pac very slightly due to Pac not finishing, but Carl was not able to take his best and advantage of that since he did only get 3rd. So he needs to get some good positions coming in here as well. And Tween, not being left behind by any stretch of the means, but he needs to get some of the advantage back that he has lost due to the extra points being added. So we'll see what will happen in the next round here. We'll take a ride with Massa once the warm-up's finished, and then we will get ourselves underway. So there we go. Pause time has finished. Round number 1 will start off with Massa. Where is he? There he is. Again, current world record holder here. Did start us off with a 103.7. So Massa not with an early advantage here. Still got Pac and Carl in front of him, but he risks going through that right-hander. But that is the drawbacks to risking. He does crash straight into the left-hand side there. And Pac now takes command of this round. However, CarlJr's right on his tail. Only 1/10 between these two players. Tween's made a mistake as well. So this is not good news for them in their hopes to get into the grand final here. It was already a bit of a hill to climb due to Carl and Pac having the extra points, but certainly not making it any easier than on themselves going forward. Pac here on a good round here. He's going to get revenge on the players for the 10 points that he lost. Carl, oh, that was close there. Good time there by Pac though, 104.0. Of course, he can go faster, I'm sure, but he'll be satisfied with those 10 points, which bring him only 2 points behind Carl. And he is now 24 points ahead of Tween and Massa, who are now joint on 26. So we'll ride with Carl this time. We'll be looking to recover from his subpar performance in the first 2 rounds here. Very close round between these players though. Ooh, Massa risks a bit too much, goes too inside there and crashes into the pole. Doesn't need to take so much chances by the looks of things here. But Carl might have to. He's far behind now, and that's certainly not going to make things any better. Clips the left-hand side of the road there. And now Tween fighting with Pac up in first place. Tween gets a better exit and a better landing there. So Tween looking to secure his first 10 points of this match. Gets a good exit there to stay ahead of Pac. Gets himself a good angle going onto the roof and finishes the round off with a 104.0, which Pac matches but is only slightly behind. So Tween bringing himself a bit closer to Carl here, only 20 points behind, but Massa falling slightly further back. Let's watch Pac this time. See what he can do. Carl in the lead this time now though. Pac falling slightly behind at the start. Massa again makes the same mistake going through there. Kind of had the reverse effect from the pauses I'm sure he would have intended. Got a great first round, and then since then he's crashed every round and got last in each round, so not really good enough there from Massa. But Pac and Tween are struggling to keep up with CarlJr here. 0.28 ahead. Tween's going for it though. He's not giving up on this round just yet. Oh, but Tween fails going through that turn. Will Pac overtake as a result? Oh, Tween had to risk it there and it wasn't enough, but now CarlJr failed the end. Both Carl and Pac both failing. That'll give Tween the chance to catch up on on Carl, and that'll give Pac the chance to extend the lead on Carl. So not really not good there from Carl. He had the opportunity to save it with such a good advantage. He had about 0.2, 0.3, and he ruined it in that one turn. So we move on to Cold Sweat by Santana. I believe the best time on this was driven by Pac, if I remember right. Let me just double check for you. Right, so the best time driven on Cold Sweat is a 104.19 by Massa actually. So no one's driven a 103 yet, which is understandable since it's quite a risky map. Carl showing us through how this map's done. There we go, so quite a few people crashing in the warm-up, that's as to be expected. Massa left and joined. Not sure what happened there. And just a little timeout, something like that, who knows. Okay, so here we go on Cold Sweat by Santana. Carl going for some stunts. Okay, so let's focus on Pac for this round, who is the world record holder and the current points leader. Let's see what he can do on this map, which should be his best map. He's continually improved the world record on it, so he's definitely not slow at it. He's currently just in third place, but gets a lot more speed there than his opponents. Massa fails going through the tight section there. So Tween in the lead here at the moment. Pac down in third, not the best line there. He gets his wheels up a little bit there and loses a few hundreds to Carl and Tween. However, Tween going for the inside line there, looking to keep as much speed as possible. Carl's going to catch up on him though and overtake. Tween goes for an inside line there to try and shorten the advantage that Carl has. 300 between them now. It all comes down to this last straight. Tween goes for it. Really close to the wall there was Tween. Can he hold it going into the last corner though? Only 600s behind us Carl. Carl fails it though. Where's Carl? What's happened to him? Carl is out of the round. Oh, never mind, he did just manage to finish eventually. 10 points there for Tween. Good time by him as well, a 104.2, just behind the fastest time driven on this map. Getting himself 10 points. Now he's only 20 behind Pac, 8 behind Carl. So Tween's shown that he can definitely come from behind even if there is extra points for the players. And Carl really not playing so well at the moment. But let's watch Massa here, who has bottom on point by quite a margin. See him get his momentum back and anything can happen here, but if he's going into tilt mode, then as I said, it might just be the consolidation final for him. Currently 4th at the moment. Right beside Pac here. It's a very good round by these players so far. Tween goes for that inside line though and he crashes, so does Pac though. Only 2 players left up at the top who have got through this round unscathed, and as I say that, Massa crashes going through that long left-hander, hits the CP, well sorry, crashes going through the CP and loses a lot of time, and despite being second in that round will have to settle for second place. So Carl gets a 104.2 as well, matching Tween's pace, showing that he does not want Tween to be catching up on him whatsoever. But Tween, despite the mistakes, does take home second, Pac third, and Massa fourth. Here we go, let's watch Tween this time. Round number 3 on Cold Sweat. Oh, Tween makes an early mistake there though. Releases his drift too early. Initiates and crashes into the left hand side wall, of course. Pac takes a lot of speed going through the entry to that. Carl a lot of speed through the exit. So yeah, the positions change and Carl's now up to first. Takes the outside line there. I believe Pac tried to go a bit more inside. You see he loses his speed now. Massa's still here as well. It's a great round being driven by these players so far. Massa's going for it. Get a better line there than CarlJr. And they're on sick times at the moment here, but who's going to have the best one out of all of them? Massa here with more speed coming off of this exit. Is he going to go for it in the last turn? He is. Carl's got more speed. Carl fails. Touches on the left hand side and allows Massa to take the win with a 104.131. The fastest time being driven so far in Cold Sweat by Massa, and Pac almost matching with a 104.18. Carl goes from first to third position. Is this Massa now getting his momentum again, or will it be killed just as quickly? Let's watch him from the start this time. Good start by Massa, builds himself a good lead here. Who's closest to him? Tween closest, already 8.1 behind. Pac and Tween catching up, going through here though. Tween with much more speed. Still manages to get the outside line, no problem, and takes again more speed going through here, and goes only slightly into the lead. Actually 4,000s behind Massa here. Pac trying to challenge for the lead as well, but doesn't get the best exit going through there. Massa being overtaken by Tween going into the end here. Can Tween hold the lead? We've seen he's had a good ending section here, but we've seen the same from Massa. Tween keeping his speed. Massa has to scrub a bit off and gets a no drift. Pac, however, collides with the pole and Massa will take him anyway. Will Carl get them both? He will. So Carl overtakes and gets second despite a massive mistake. Massa takes third and Pac takes fourth. So Tween getting it with a good time there, a 104.2. Does bring himself up to 71 points now, so he's getting closer and closer, but Massa only on 49. But seen some incredible performances by Massa right here on this track here. I've seen quite a lot of .1s coming out from him, but will he be able to do the same level against a higher level of opponent? So we'll wait the warm up on Toxic. Let's see if we can get an idea of how these players perform on it. I'll just look up the MX page. So, world record by Pac, 103.783. Carl has a .931. Massa, 945. And that seems to be us. Of course, Tween actually online has a 105.060. So, everyone capable of driving incredible times here. So we'll see what they manage to do here. Carl not making the best of his extra points here. He's not doing it as people would have expected. He was the easy winner of the straw poll. So letting the chat down a little bit as Carl. So will we see the chat heralding Massa's return on this map? Very good start by all players involved here. However, Tween and Carl taking early advantage. Paco initiates his drift too early, crashes into the right hand side. Now we go over the rooftop block. Tween going for it to try and catch up. Won't have a best landing here. And Massa draws right level with him. More speed being taken out of this beer by Massa and Tween. Now it's a three-way fight for the front. 17,000s between three players here. Massa and Carl are basically equal. Massa going for the sideways landing. Two sideways though. Tween's dropped back. He's out of the fight for first place. And it will be an easy end for Carl, taking it with a 0.4 advantage. Massa really went for it there, but it wasn't enough. 105.3 being driven by Carl. Good race there, at least until the end. Carl got it a bit easier for him, but at least the players went for it. So here we go, let's watch the previous round winner CarlJr at it in round number 2. Pac with another mistake though, bringing his opposition closer and closer to him in points. Carl here still in the lead though by 0.1 of a second, on a better time than he was previously. Massa tried to go the inside on the roof block there, and he collides with it, and as a result will fall down to last position. Carl still in the lead here though, he's on a fantastic time as well. Loses a bit of time going over that jump though, but he doesn't need to risk it. And of course his closest opponent Tween is 0.3 behind. This will be another good position here for Tween though. Only gains 2 points in Pac, but 2 points is better than no points. Carl gains an extra 6 on Pac at the moment. So is this Carl pulling away at the top? Well, we see. It's getting closer and closer here though. Only 19 points separate first and third. Top two will go to the grand final. Bottom two will go into the consolidation final, which will be later on today, both of those matches. Let's focus on Tween at the start of this round. Carl not with the best start. However, he does convert it into a good corner going through there and keeps himself in the fight for the top. Tween with a good line there. Does manage to get himself down enough to get a smooth landing. Massa in the lead here though. CarlJr and Tween right behind him. Tween going outside here. Massa gets a slowdown again on the rooftop block. On the drop down, Tween fails it as well. Massa will overtake him. Now it's down to Carl and Pac up at the top. Let's watch from Pac's perspective. 0.14 behind. Can he make any dent in that gap to Carl? Or is he going to have to settle for Carl gapping him in points again? Bring it up to 12 points of an advantage for Carl. So a decent time here. And CarlJr will win the round with a 105.3. Consistent level coming out there from CarlJr, showing why he's one of the best players in the world. Pac has to settle for second once again, and now Carl has a 12-point gap on him. Important to note here though, if none of these players had their points gaps, Tween would be only 4 points behind Pac at the moment. Speaking of Tween, that's a hell of a start coming out from it. Let's focus on Pac this time. Has not had the best map, we must be honest. And again, it's going to get even worse for him. He tries to go too far to the inside there and does crash. Tween's still in the lead here though by 0.1. Massa looking to catch up and overtake Carl, which he does. Any troubles going over the rooftop block here? No. Tween gets a landing bug though as he lands on the Ramstein. Does drop down to third position though, unfortunately, but he gets more speed than Carl going through the blue stretch. So as a result, he will have a slight advantage, but will he be able to convert that into position? Massa still in the lead by 1/10 of a second here. Tween and Carl are closing in. Very close to the left hand side there for Massa and Tween, which will mean they have a better trajectory than Carl going through here. Tween committed too much and crashed. Carl trying to go for the inside there, but he will not deny Massa, who will take the win with a 105.2. Pac will take third, and Tween will take fourth. So Massa finally getting the 10 points that he needed. Carl bringing himself up to 116. Pac close behind on 102. So we move on to Kids in Love. Potentially the final map of this winner bracket final. Carl can secure finalist mode if he gets any other position than last. Just to explain, since some people have been asking, due to the group stage, league stage positions of these players, they started with more points, so they got bonus points. So Carl got 15 due to finishing the league in first position. Pac got 10 due to finishing it in second position. Massa did have 5 due to him being within the 4th to 8th bracket, but he used them in the previous round, so he no longer has access to them. Hello, Marius. If you're ready, Marius, you're welcome to jump in. Carl going swimming in the warm-up. So the fastest time on Kids in Love is a 104.303 by CarlJr. So let's see what they managed to do. Let's watch the world record holder himself. Where's Carl? Let's see what he can do in this round. Of course, he should be able to bring himself up to finalist mode here, but he want a good position to deny Pac and Tween as much points as possible. Oh, Massa though failing. Does have a big crash there and moves down to last position, but Pac here, a dominant performance in this round. 2/10 of an advantage over Tween and Carl. Maybe more of a safe line, more a conservative line there from Pac. Doesn't need to go full risk. He has a good advantage here. 2-5 over Tween. Carl trying to catch up and overtake Tween. Oh, Tween not with the best ending though. He'll need to jump into that corner and that will not be very good for him. And he has a full crash, which is definitely not good enough for him. And Pac, all he needs to do is finish this round. And there he goes with a 104.6. So, nice time there by Pac. I believe that's the fastest lap done. 6:14 is the fastest lap done on this map so far. So, very good job there by Pac. And here we go on to round number 2. And let's check out Pac this time, see if he can match that performance. He'll need to deny CarlJr. CarlJr is on finalist mode. If he wins, he will secure the first position, but he won't do it this round. Crashes early on. However, Pac does need first place to secure finalist mode also. Going very close to the outside there. He had a very good start last time. Only Tween will be able to deny him though. Massa's made a mistake. Tween with a good exit here. Gets a bit of airtime. Unintended airtime, shall we say. Does catch up slightly though, only 0.12 behind. Can he catch Pac and deny him the finalist mode? Of course, Tween will be wanting to keep Pac as close as possible to further his own chances of reaching the grand final without issue. But not really a good section there for Tween, so he had problems through it last time as well. And Pac will take it as long as he gets to finish, no problem, of which he will. And he brings himself up to finalist again with a 104.818. Tween takes 6 points, Carl gets third, and Massa takes home the 3 points. So 2 finalists we have here, with the closest to them being Tween on 96. So round 3, will we see it decided who will go through to the grand final first of all in this round? Will it be closed off on Kids in Love? Will Massa or Tween manage to deny them? No mistakes being made so far, however Tween dropping slightly back. Pac as well. Took a lot of speed through there, did Pac. Let's go up to Massa, who's battling with CarlJr. Only person really in the place to deny the two world champions here. Massa going for it though. That's what you call risk. And that's the benefit of it. He doesn't get his best an exit going through there though, but he's still in front of CarlJr by 300ths of a second. Can Carl catch up going over here though? Massa's risking it going through here. He won't have as much exit speed. All going to come down to this last corner though. Massa gets it. Will Carl have enough speed? He won't. He crashes. So Massa just needs to get the finish, no problem, of which he will. And he will take it for 104.5. So a fantastic time there by Massa, beating the previous best time on this map, driven in match, by 1/10 of a second. So let's see if this match goes any further. What has Massa got in store for us? Will he be able to convert this into some serious momentum? No crashes so far. Tween in the lead, only slightly though, followed very closely by Carl and Pac. Gets a bit of a bump there on the transition, does Tween. Pac now in the lead, but Tween's good speed. Carl is at the back. Massa cannot be counted out here. We saw what he could do in this turn here. Tween looks to be out of it. Can Massa do it again? Oh, Carl this time gets the best turn going through there and now overtakes Pac. Massa's right here as well. See, Carl crashed in the end last time, so what can he do this time? Let's go up to Pac. This is for the grand final slot here. Who's going to take it? Is it going to be Carl or Pac? Looks like Carl has far superior positioning here. Massa looking to overtake Pac as well. Pac has to go the safe finish. And Massa will overtake as a result. But GG, fantastic time there by Carl as well. A 104.5 being driven by Carl, bringing himself through to the grand final in style. Tween didn't manage to finish, so he does not get any closer to Carl. Sorry, to Pac. So Pac has 2 finalist rounds minimum in the bag here over Tween and Massa. 3 if it's going to be Massa getting to finalist. And now we move on to see who will get second place in this match. Reminder, top 2 will go through to the grand final. Bottom 2 will have to fight through one more match in the consolidation final. They can meet such opponents as Revolution, Roa, Speedy or Danik B. So it will be on Sin City. All players pretty much retiring early here. Oh, never mind, Tween's still going. So Sin City, the world record being driven here by Pac, a 104.3. But the other players in this match are certainly capable of driving fantastic times in their own right. GLHF's been written. And here we go. Round number 1 on Sin City. Will we be ending off the winner bracket final on this map, or will it go further? Oh, Tween gets a no drift there. Could have altered his approach for it, but doesn't manage to do so. Massa in the lead now. Pac had to take a little extra drift there due to the angle he had, but Massa, the only person who can deny Pac now. He'll need to keep this going further if he wants to go straight to the grand final without having to worry about another match. Pac here now has overtaken though. 19,000th of a second between the two players. Massa with the inside line though, overtaking. Both players going for it, going over here. There's 100 between both players here. Massa has the inside line, both equal speed, equal through the last CP. Who's going to get it? Looks like it's going to be Pac, and it will. So Pac takes it with a 104.55. Fantastic final round there by both players. driving nearly the fastest time that's been seen on this map in matches. So fantastic performance there by Pac to take the second, despite the amount of pressure that Massa was putting himself under. So that is the first. So that's the winner bracket final completed. We do have Carl taking the win. We have Paco taking second place. We have, I believe it was Tween taking third, and Massa taking fourth. So that means Carl and Pac progress to the grand final, and Tween and Massa have to go to the consolidation final, which will be at 8 PM.